Погнали.
Russia is a place that so many people don't even know about. They don't even know what's here. And they're like, oh, what's Russia? It's just so mysterious. You know, it's just like I had these negative ideas of what Russia is. Okay, Moscow is incredible. This city is just amazing. And I think people need to get a perception of what this city really is and how cool, how beautiful the Russian culture is.
When I was 13, I did this Model UN program, and the country we were supposed to research and kind of represent was Russia. So I figured, hey, I'll learn some Russian phrases just to show off to all my friends. And I got super interested in the whole language and the culture and everything. So ever since then, I've just been studying Russian. The most difficult thing? Probably the grammar. Oh, you know what? No, it's definitely speaking on the phone, because I noticed a lot of times some Russians will tend to mumble, and if they're not enunciating every word, then it can be kind of difficult for me to understand. And on top of that, when speaking on the phone, I just have no idea what they're saying. And I thought the words were so cool to pronounce. Just how the R is like ra. Just the whole how the language works, the cases. I had no idea that other languages had different cases, like how words would end. Like instead of in English we say we read the book, but in Russian the word for book is kniga, but then you'd say Я читал книгу. And I thought that was the craziest thing.
I remember the first email that I got from my Russian professor last year. She typed it out in Cyrillic, and I looked at it and I thought, did I really make the right choice with this language here?
The most difficult Russian word to pronounce is распространённый. Man, that word just rolls off your tongue. Распространённый. Yeah, that's the most difficult word for me.
Достопримечательность. Basically, it's just a place that's worth seeing. I don't really know. Like this is the Достопримечательность right here. How long the words are, they're so long, they're just really hard to pronounce. I was just trying to figure out the word for to use, and my teacher's like, употребляет. I'm like, that's like 20 syllables, dude.
Saying hello is for some reason, Здравствуйте, привет. I'm just sticking with that. Saying hello is the most difficult, and I think that's actually very forthcoming about Russian culture, is that saying hello is difficult. I think it's interesting that this is where I've seen competition between Moscow and St. Petersburg, is that they have competitions into how to pronounce things. And so that competition annoys me because I just want them to pronounce it one way. They're like, skучно. Please decide.
The most beautiful Russian word.
I think they're also beautiful in some way. Maybe that's just me fantasizing about the language in general.
Природа. I like how it sounds. Жена, I don't know.
Жена?
Yeah, I like the zh. Anything with that, I guess.
I just the way that the tongue rolls is foreign to English speaking. So when you say like "я играю," it's like even this is quite nice. Or let's see, baklajan, or like obviously, they're just pretty words that are. Nedovik is like, oh, okay, nice. I like it. I don't know, I like the Russian nicknames because this is not so much a thing in the United States, and all of them rhyme, whether it's Sasha, Pasha, Masha, Dasha. I think that is hilarious. And then I remember I was reading a book and I saw Kasha, and I was like, that must be like a nickname for like a Katerina or something. And I asked my teacher, she's like, this is a breakfast food. I was like, oh my god. The most popular Russian word or phrase is "почему." All the time, if if you're approached in the street by a guy or something, and hey, do you want to go grab a drink? Нет. Почему? And they always say it like this. Почему? Нет.
I would probably say Bozh moi. Like, Bozh moi, my god, it's cold. Bozh moi, I'm in Moscow. That's a popular one.
Чего? I hear that one all the time. Chia? That's another one. I say that one now too. As I said earlier. Chia? Забыла.
Do Russian people speak English? Yes. they do. Actually, it depends on where you are.
A lot of them I've met do, and it's really good English too. Well, in the cafes, they always want to speak English with me for some reason, maybe for practice, but I'm rude and I don't speak English back because I'm trying to learn their language, but I understand why they want to speak English.
I think that oftentimes that people get annoyed with me because it's my second year with Russian, so I'm still very, very new, I think, and my pronunciation is not so great, but I always try to speak Russian, and then they always try and speak English back to me, hearing that I'm a foreigner, but then I will only reply in Russian and they get exasperated. But it's actually quite nice having some friends who want to improve their English, because we're able to do this.
When you get here, utilize your Russian as much as you can. You're living here. You are interacting with the people. You're living in the dorms with all these other people that speak Russian. Use it.